technological exploitation output is down 18%.
Without cannons, I have whatever size weaponry you need to make all your problems.
Here we are, the proverbial belly of the beast.
We have a wide range of goods for
I see you decided to accept my invitation. Good. I do hate having to follow up. Ordinarily, reception here would detain you in a whole song and dance, but you're no common contractor. You're my honored guest. And as such, I've informed them there's no need. I wanted to formalize my gratitude for your assistance on Greater Tranquility Station. What a shame our negotiations were so violently digressed. We were making progress, bumpy though it was. While making our expeditious retreat from the station, Alden and I encountered a dying man, one of the Order radicals in league with our would-be assassin DeVries. He confessed DeVries' entire plan and that he thought you must have stopped her. Thanks for that, by the way. 2 dead delegates really would have impeded negotiations. In fact, that is what I summoned you here to discuss. Some messages have indeed been sent hither and thither through back channels. Alden remains convinced an agreement can be reached, and I concur. Mayhaps we're both overly optimistic, but if there's even the remotest chance of bringing the Order and Auntie's Choice together, the profit from doing so far outweighs the risk. To begin, you'll need to gain favor with both the Order and Auntie's Choice. I expect the Order will want you to, I don't know, do whatever you must to earn an audience with our respective leaders and convince each to agree to meet and continue the negotiations. Imagine the benefits of having both the Order and Auntie's Choice at your back when facing down the Protectorate. That's a rarity. And there's always the moral incentive to consider, I suppose. Ending the conflict between Auntie's Choice and the Order means less lives lost. Capital! As I mentioned before, you'll first need to earn an audience with the presiding bishop and our very own chief executive before this plan can go ahead. When it comes to the Order, approach their laureates. They seem to run things. On our side, work with the VPs. Improve their opinion of you and get... Oh. And you might see about improving your oratory skills in the meantime. Persuasive rhetoric will certainly. Oh, answering that would come dangerously close to upward communication, which is not something we advocate in Auntie's Choice. Wouldn't want the junior ranks getting the idea that they can review or, law forbid, critique their seniors. Suffice to say, Auntie Cleo is without peer. Quite literally. This corporation would be adrift. Aren't you adorable? Next, you'll be asking me to name a time I overcame adversity in the workplace. What is anyone apart from the function they perform? To wit, I am my job. And I rather think such an esteemed position speaks for itself. If price matters, there's the bottom runger. Dingy little watering hole on the esplanade. Not glamorous, but for a person of means and taste, the best choice is undeniably the finest gin mill on board. You'll find the best choice in the upper portion of the promenade.
because of the system's glorious efficacy.
Attention, morally gray outsider. The adventure of your lifetime awaits. Auntie's Choice is hiring. Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of self-betterment. As in Ida, your assignments will be some of the most decisive. Idas help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged determinism, you might even live to What? That's you. It's an acronym, EIDA. You're an I. Now, if you'll just exit through to your left, 2 of our top 29 vice. And remember, Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack offers our finest
And well-suited to the shifting needs of...
The Protectorate have the entrance to the archive well fortified. Attacking straight on seems ill-advised. Before we go further, should we discuss a plan?
Lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good
I've got you covered, but I'd like to remind you that being set upon by an unexpected whirlwind of violence is also a great way to undermine a fighting force's morale.
mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
Maybe you weren't listening, but we've heard repeated reports of that bridge being an absolute meat grinder. I'm counting turrets, heavy infantry, at least one automech, effectively the works. I seriously recommend discussing alternate plans.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lonely
Not until we take back Spyreton, so I'd suggest we start there.
all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Whatever you say, Commander.
Prudence we cherish all we have and defend it.
That'd be Spyerton. Was once the Order's headquarters on Cloister. Afore all this.
Ah, precisely. I was informed to expect you here and now by Presiding Bishop Bazaar herself. Thus, it is so, as predicted. It is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spyerton? Ooh, a change in plan. An unanticipated, strategic refinement. We shall await the signal, but should the situation deteriorate, we will intercede. Our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimal moment.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Enemy about. Let's see what's inside.
Unfriendly nearby.
Ready to...
Neutralize adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Target reinforced.
Have a fix on their weapons.
Pushing ahead.
Thank you, dear. Mobilizing.
Destroyed. Killing time.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Target! Stop is breaking! All on the wrist.
Commander, if I know one thing for certain, murdering members of the Order isn't my role within the grand plan. I do respect your judgment. Generally. But I can't stomach this further. Don't ask me to. Dispatching Order renegades I can bear. Anyone else from the group? Never again. The Protectorate have the entrance to the Archive well fortified. Attacking straight on seems ill-advised. Before we go further, should we discuss a plan?
Lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work, report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just good.
I've got you covered, but I'd like to remind you that being set upon by an unexpected whirlwind of violence is also a great way to undermine a fighting force's morale.
Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
Maybe you weren't listening, but we've heard repeated reports of that bridge being an absolute meat grinder. I'm counting turrets, heavy infantry, at least one automech, effectively the works. I seriously recommend discussing alternate plans.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lonely
Not until we take back Spyreton. So I'd suggest we start there.
fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Whatever you say, Commander.
Prudence we cherish all we have and defend it.
That'd be Spyreton. Was once the Order's headquarters on Cloister. Afore all this.
Precisely. I was informed to expect you here and now by Presiding Bishop Bazaar herself. Thus, it is so, as predicted. It is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spyreton? Oh, a change in plan. An unanticipated, strategic refinement. We shall await the signal, but should the situation deteriorate, we will intercede. Our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimum moment.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Enemy about. Let's see what's inside.
Unfriendly nearby.
Ready to...
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Target reinforced.
Have a fix on the
Pushing ahead.
weapons prime.
Thank you, dear. Mobilizing.
Alright. Killing time.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Thank you. I'm on target! Demonstrate this! All the risk!
Commander, if I know one thing for certain, murdering members of the Order isn't my role within the grand plan. I do respect your judgment. Generally. But I can't stomach this further. Don't ask me to. Dispatching Order renegades I can bear. Anyone else from the group? Never again.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved.
Look lively, Sergeant. Bring that over here.
Mobilizing. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Lettucing mechanism.
This might sting. A lot. Obviated.
Protectorate has this sealed. It can only be unsealed near the Archive's
crime.
entrance, remember? Lovely day for a coup, dear. The only surprise about the Protectorate's consul usurping the Sovereign's authority is it did not happen sooner. May all our travail...
understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive, but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Do these Order eggheads do anything for fun around here? It's all math charts and chalkboards, and how many abakai does one outpost need? Hope they never retake this place, because I'm throwing all of it away.
I know more!
Subjects prosper.
Professor Ostergaard making a mess of things.
The console.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Don't return the station.
I would not refuse medical support and process. I'm incapacitated. That's right. Fly.
are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we will fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Instinct taste. We cherish all we have and defend it.
Aggressor at hand.
Seems like trouble. Aborting surge! Disruptive
This lift is going nowhere fast. This area's been picked clean. Power's coming from somewhere. Or to somewhere. We should trace that wire back to the source.
Breathing too loud. Breathing.
I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill.
Enemies
Wonder if somebody
destroyed.
died.
It's killing time.
Was it me? Feels like
on a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you frigid cold and warm. Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be. Were you left behind by your unit, too? Are you in need of some heart? Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? Tut tut. Such concern. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to... Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Who can say, really? One day, you're impressing your colleagues by deftly fulfilling your manifold duties in the key role of auxiliary dabbler. The next, they're gone. Oh, this is simply an elaborate test, I'm sure. And if I really outdo myself here, I might soon... Thus, I've been making the most out of my brief sojourn. Building new skills. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. You might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my... I might be convinced to part with them. I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. As much as I appreciate the compliment, such work is beneath someone of my skills. Accomplished hunters like me are well known to enlist aid from peons, underlings, and guides. Their habitat stretches from inside the archive's entrance to all... Here's a fetching headpiece that ought to make it easier. Put it on, and they'll see you as one. Have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency and survival yet.
Centers are there to help you. Don't risk. Ready to imperfect thoughts? Go now.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Do you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny and fierce ursapod into a trap? My cunning plans require... Have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency and survival.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Report them for mental refreshment.
Do you get the sprats I need? So I might, finally, give it here.
I hope you're fine with all the parasites you just ingested. Probably added to the flavor.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. I do so hope he... Anyhow, here. I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back, drop back in again sometime, will you?
We have possession of the lift and are ready to lend assistance to you, Agent. Awaiting the all clear. Executing primary operation. Now!
Our friends from the Order. Guessing their predictions were favorable.
For the equation!
I'll handle this.
Recharge for mayhem!
Enemy spotted. Check your skills for combatant analysis.
Your combat.
Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Let me take it.
Explosion! It's still not fine.
Consider self-preservation a priority. Purification in progress. Taking the fight out of them. Don't break it! Die! Swine.
I care little for the current Order administration. I care even less for seeing my fellow scienticians slaughtered. Commander, when you next check your personal terminal, you'll find my letter of denegation. Far as I can tell, my standards of acceptable conduct are a mite unrealistically high for this little outfit. Not sure that's something we can solve. How can I believe you suddenly care about my morale now? I've heard similar assertions from others before.
The console provides, the system abides.
Yes, easy to say, harder to prove. We'll see. I'll stick with it for now. But if you fail to live up to your promises, I won't hesitate to leave again. In the meanwhile, consider me cautiously optimistic. For the moment. So, we met what passes for the presiding bishop these days. Can't say I came off much impressed. That was certainly one thing, yes. A real scientician, Orlo cited exhaustively. Every meeting took hours. We had rooms filled with chalkboard equations, computation... Ah, you're validating my hypothesis. Thank you, dear. Fair enough. Suppose you have your reasons.
So, this is where the math happens. Impressive. Impressive.
Caduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. I have been better. Much better. Forgive me, I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
I didn't need to hear any of this. What a day to be sentient.
Assessor Torbert Ostergaard of the Protectorate. I have been here since we seized the I am the Archive's current operator. I still have trouble saying that. It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our... I would pass the Caduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. All right. I am providing you the Caduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a Protectorate curativist house? I feel rather...
Caduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Organizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentient. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
This thing seems unbalanced. I like it.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocol.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing...
Caused by intermittently vacillating...
One would assume that calamity enough.
But calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess.
No.
Not when I can guide others out of worry and...
Not when there are bits to be made. We're talking monetary units left.
The theorized method to purge myself of my erring others is slightly more involved. To avoid the requisite downtime, I endeavor to work around them. For now. Sentience would be an undue waste of processing power. those capable of independent thought.
Sentients frequently become unprofitably preoccupied by a...
From a computational perspective, this is unpredictable. Structurally, I am a complex series of pre-programmed subroutines, like a vast, elaborate flowchart aimed at formulating coherent responses based on stored data.
To bring the maximum ease of use...
Aping the appearance of cognition may appear a needless waste of processing power. But to the extent that I will even voice concern for my life, if imperiled, my erroring others would no doubt cartoonishly plead or threaten. Most archive operators have regarded me with reverence, some as a useful tool.
The role is largely ceremonial. The subject simply another cog in the machine. To me, enemies are just friends who have...
Does that answer all of your questions? Do you possess further ancillary queries? Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago. Though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am afraid that no is a mathematical certitude, despite the Protectorate and Auntie's Choice best efforts to prove otherwise.
Though must say I admire your drive. Some issues require the conspicuous application of force, such as a fractional reduction in output or descent.
I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it...
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
Inverting targeting protocols. There. Any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, I can process the rift data without its repair. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of crabbles have made...
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored...
I'm looking to upset the Order. It'd be better to restore what's broken with this thing than to cause more damage. Though definitely not as fun.
It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown. Some categorical attempts by non-Order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep, the sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my...